I'm labeling that. I don't know if anyone else said that, but it makes a whole lot of sense. Talk about what is this ETH of Bitcoin, right? The Ethereum Bitcoins. So there's just a lot of enthusiasm right now over the new NFT ordinals that's on top of Bitcoin. It's using inscriptions. It's a new upgrade to Bitcoin that came from Taproot, and basically you could store images and text on Bitcoin's chain within blocks. And because of it, NFTs can now exist, right? You guys have heard me talk about it, but it's getting very, very popular. And because of this, it's bringing up enthusiasm back to the possibility that maybe you don't need to have all these dApps outside of Bitcoin. Maybe you could have all these dApps that we already have. Maybe you could have that all exist within chain, within Bitcoin's chain, right? That is why so many people are starting to turn to this one project that exists called Stacks. Okay, Stacks have been around for years, but there not a whole lot of enthusiasm over Stacks or momentum, because basically it's programmable. It's a programmable virtual machine that integrates with Bitcoin. Okay, but it's picked up because of how popular ordinals are, and I kind of predicted this. Some Bitcoin maxis hate ordinals because they don't want to clog into the chain, and I get that, right? But, you know, NFTs bring in a lot of newcomers in this space, or just new people that maybe never looked at Bitcoin and now they're looking at Bitcoin. But because of that, it's also bringing more people in to look at, well, maybe I could build my dApp on top of Bitcoin, or maybe I can, you know, port my Ethereum dApp to Bitcoin, right? And that's what Stacks is looking to do. And in fact, right, they are coming out with something that will basically replicate your dApp from some other chain and bring it onto the Bitcoin blockchain. So that could be absolutely huge, right? But they already have smart contracts, and looking at their applications, they actually have a decent amount of applications. Like I said, they've been around for years. So if you want DeFi, yeah, they have DeFi projects that's within the Stacks ecosystem already. You're looking for staking pools? Yeah, they exist. There's also NFTs that exist outside of ordinals, right? And there's just a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch of dApps that already exist on top of blockchain with the help of Stacks. Just not a whole lot of people are paying attention to them, but as let's just say ordinals gets hotter, and as the market recovers, and as Stacks gets bigger, you know, it will definitely bring more dApp makers to this space, right? And Stacks also has a really good wallet support too. So if you look at their wallets, they already have 6 wallets, and these wallets are now upgraded so that they can actually see those ordinal NFTs, right? At first, like, you could have the NFT, but you can't really see it. But now you could actually see it in these wallets as well. So bottom line, Stacks has been around for years. They're still relatively small. I mean, I just looked at them. They've been pumping up a lot recently, but they're still around 1.2 billion, which is still considered small cap. But, you know, I'm just trying to picture if Stacks really gains momentum and becomes the ETH of Bitcoin, can they possibly move up to, say, like top 10 eventually? Who knows? Who knows? The one weak point to Stacks is the fact that it is utilizing the Bitcoin chain. It utilizes the blocks. It stores all the information on the blocks. So it actually takes 10 minutes for confirmation. That's the only downside to Stacks as far as I could see. So it is very slow. But who knows? Maybe there's going to be a layer 2 that's developed for Stacks for Bitcoin. You know, that could be coming as well. But it's early, but it's very exciting. So that's who I think is the Ethereum of Bitcoin right now, Stacks. I don't really think there's any competition. I don't know of any other project that does this. Coinbase does support Solana, but unfortunately Solana is having some real problems right now. Okay, their entire network is down. It just seems to happen way too often with Solana, but their entire network is down. This is a block explorer for Solana, and you can see their transactions per second now has dropped to 47 from a healthy 4,000, 5,000 down to about 47, and they are rushing to try to downgrade their current software. Like all the nodes are trying to downgrade their certain to the previous software, and then most likely they're going to do a reboot. But again, some kind of bug happened that caused a lot of forks to happen, and the team is trying to fix it. Unfortunately, we've been hearing about Solana. I mean, obviously Solana took a big blow when FTX went under, right? But that's not their fault. But what is their fault is all the network outages that they can't seem to fix. Even the hardcore Solana guys now have to admit that, yeah, Solana has problems with its network. There's no other network out there that fails as much as Solana. In 2022, it happened like at least a half dozen times. In 2021, it happened a half dozen times. And now starting in 2023, it has happened again. And these are not quick, easy fixes. And they require an entire reboot. So that is the latest. Trying to get all the coordinators or all the nodes to downgrade to 1.13, and then they're going to ask everyone to reboot. So this is on them. This has nothing to do with FTX anymore, right? But this is one of the reasons why Solana is no longer as strong as they were in 2021. Like you could not stop Solana in 2021. Just kept going up and up and up and up, and then 2022 it really dived, and it really, people started to move to other chains that they like. So hopefully they fix this soon. But of course, whenever you have something like this happen, it's no good. I'm actually surprised that it didn't sell off more. Probably because the network is down and you can't even sell or transfer even if you wanted to. I guess that's the good thing about the network being down. But the other one I want to talk about is Avalanche. Avalanche made some big news today. Specifically, this partnership from China, Tencent, which is a huge, tech company out of China. They decided they want to go all in on Web 3.0, just like all the other media and internet giants of the world, right? And they decided to partner with Avalanche. So, kind of like how Google Cloud does it and Amazon Cloud does it, right? They partner with Avalanche and they want to help businesses jump into the Web 3.0 space and utilize Avalanche, to accomplish that, right? So you can now spin up Avalanche subnets within Tencent's cloud, which is really good. It's a big partnership, but not only that, we know that Beijing, we know that China has recently warmed up to the idea of crypto, right? A lot of news from Hong Kong regulating exchanges, allowing retail investors to invest once again. But a lot of people missed out that just last week they approved a research hub in Beijing, which is why I think a lot of companies like Tencent now wants to jump in. And it can be absolutely huge for crypto all around, but also the crypto projects are based in China, right? But outside of this Tencent news, Avalanche already formed a partnership with AWS already, which is Amazon. Amazon also is trying to get into the space. There's talks about Amazon possibly releasing NFTs or something to do with NFTs or rewards or something. And that's going to be based on Avalanche, but Avalanche nodes can also be spun up in AWS. There's a lot of things happening right now, so it's good for the entire space, but I think this will be great for Avalanche.